Bowlers like Shoaib Akhtar come along once in a generation. What has he got? He was fearsome. He was rapid.
That's bowled him. That's done Sherwin Campbell for sheer pace.
150 Ks regularly. And these World Cups will come round at the right time, and when you've got a spearhead like that, you're going to win more than you lose.
Shoaib Akhtar, he's the one bowler, whenever I just faced him, even in the nets, I just feel that fear because of his aggression, the way he just ran towards you. I think that is something really, you can see that fire in his eyes, and I never felt like that against any other bowler in the world. So he was a force.
Shoaib, let me tell you, if it wasn't his day, he was feisty. He had that pace. And let me tell you, his bounces, they were very deceptive and they were well directed. And that's where, he created that fear amongst the batsmen around the world. And then he followed it up with Yorkers and those slow ones. He was very difficult to handle.
Oh, gone. The slower ball, superbly bowled by Shoaib Akhtar. Drew Harris into the stroke, and Shoaib Akhtar gets his third wicket. New Zealand are 6 down.
That is stunning bowling from Shoaib Akhtar, with a slow delivery this time. Well disguised, rolling his fingers over the top of the ball, and Chris Harris completely bamboozled by that one.
I love playing with Shoaib Akhtar, the way he used to bowl. I have seen the batsmen, the way they struggle playing against him. Anybody who can bowl 100 miles have that terror on the team, and I think he was an amazing bowler, and we always wanted to bowl fast as well, because that's an extra additional pressure on the batsman, that the ball can come and hit you at a speed where you are not expecting that ball will come that quick.
Got him! Well bowled. He's a fine young bowler, isn't he? Just when they needed something special, he had a drop catch and he's knocked over Stephen Wall with a beautiful Yorker.
That's the one we've been waiting for. He got it right that time.
Shoaib Akhtar was about one of 2 bowlers, I reckon, who I thought at any point he could hit me, and there is absolutely nothing I can do about it. No amount of training, preparation with tennis balls fired out at 120 miles an hour. When he was in a spell, he could hit you without you knowing. I'm sure the crowd enjoyed it, but it wasn't much fun 22 yards away.
Have a look at it go. Magnificent delivery, and the stumps spread eagle.
His normal length balls just took off. It was amazing, and the kind of pace he generates even on the slow pitches, that was something special. And with the older ball, if the ball is reversing, those Yorkers just getting into your legs, getting the batsman bowled out, that was amazing.
The standout memory for me of Shoaib in World Cup was obviously the 100-mile-an-hour ball to Nick Knight.
Very quick from Shoaib Akhtar. An excellent over, and maiden from that speedster. 4 overs gone. 100.2 miles an hour. Well, that has brought a lot of cheer from the crowds, because Shoaib Akhtar has just broken that barrier. 100.1.
Cheer from the crowd. It's a sharp intake of breath from me, and I'm not stood 22 yards away from him.
Knighty just went dunk and tucked it off his hip, but better believe it, he could bowl 100 miles an hour. And the excitement that he brought when he was charging in, it was an event. It always brings me back to Wakar, when Wakar first started playing. Wakar would sprint from miles back from the pavilion, kicking off from the pavilion right in front of the sight screen, sprinting in, and it added to the drama of the day, and Shoaib Akhtar brought that in spades.
The thing is, when you talk about great sportsmen, they wait for such moments where the game is intense and you need to deliver your best. And that's where they come to the fore. And Shoaib Akhtar, we all knew, he was sort of a player who just wanted to be there in those difficult times and pressure situation for his side. And he was always raring to go and determined to deliver for Pakistan. And that spell, it was pacey. He had the ball doing so much, and it became too difficult for the New Zealand batsman to handle.
Oh, well bowled, beautifully bowled, wonderfully bowled, brilliant bowling. That is absolutely unreal. He has risen to the occasion. He's run in there and bowled a magnificent Yorker, and the leg stump is out of the ground.
When he got the ball slightly reverse swinging and he got the Yorker in, fantastic.
Oh, magnificent delivery. And have a look at the reaction there. This was lightning fast. And you just can't bowl a better Yorker than that, round the wicket, and he didn't know where it was. That's the end of that.
The 99 World Cup was the last one played in England, and Pakistan reached the final. They were a superb side with Wasim Akram's magical left arm swing and seam, Shoaib Akhtar's out-and-out pace, famously bowled really fast balls. Stephen Fleming, we all remember being bowled in the game against New Zealand. They reached the final, but then in the final, disappointingly, Pakistan were rolled for just 132 by the Aussie team, who really were the best team in the world at the time. And huge disappointment really for Pakistan, and certainly for the neutral fan, because really the game was over very early as a contest, and 132 was never going to trouble the Australians, and they knocked off the runs with ease.
So the ground cleared now, and that's it. Australia are the World Cup champions of 1999, and well might they celebrate on the balcony here at famous Lord's.
It was supreme heartbreak, and you keep going back to that toss. You win the toss and you bat first, and you're thinking, is that bravery or is that not? And it turned out that it wasn't, and Glenn McGrath and Shane Warne just used the conditions to perfection. It was the actual mismatch in the end, and I reckon that if Wasim Akram had another go at that toss, he'd definitely bowl first. And the thing that hurts you the most is that probably if you look at all the teams in the World Cup Pakistan have had, that probably was one of the strongest teams that they put out in a World Cup. Mohammad Yusuf coming into the side was batting beautifully, and then you talk about Wasim Akram, he was bowling at his best. Shoaib Akhtar had come into the side bowling at 95, and he was bowling at his best. And then you have Sakla and Mushtaq, and all these players are actually in form. And you get to the final and you just get blown away. It suddenly crumbled, and it was complete and supreme heartbreak.
Obviously, it was great to have Shoaib Akhtar and playing with him.
That's bowled in. That's done Sherwin Campbell for sheer pace.
I haven't seen that sort of thing with any other bowler. I mean, there are a lot of other bowlers, pace bowlers, but that fear factor facing against any fast bowler, that was, I felt, only batting against Shoaib Akhtar.
Got him, well bowled, he's a fine